guys, it's Amy and it's Fabulous Friday, and this is just completely surreal, and you probably haven't seen my face before on the WeRFreEDomFighters channel. I'm actually the new face of Fabulous Friday, and it's such an honour to be part of this wonderful channel, and I hope you will like me, hope you will accept me, and yeah, it's a great thing to be part of the channel. And so today, or this week, the topic is about ways to nurture and self-care for yourself when you're stressed, overwhelmed, you're feeling anxious and things like that. Now, stress plays a huge part in everybody's lives, whether you're young or old, so these tips can be used for anybody. Okay, so the first thing that I came up with was to listen to your feelings. Listen to, you know, yourself, rather than completely ignoring how you feel. Understand your feelings, process your feelings, write down your feelings, find a way to let the stressful feelings out, because if you keep bottling them up, one day they're just going to automatically just erupt, and they're just going to come out in the form of a huge negative outburst of emotion, which I've learned many times in my past. So finding a way to listen to your feelings, channel them, and, you know, just process them is a fantastic way to kind of get them out there so they're not bottling up inside you anymore. And ways you can do this is by keeping a journal, or by doing what I'm doing right now, making YouTube videos and just kind of finding a way, speaking to a friend, or venting out your stress, because, you know, it's not healthy to keep bottling things up. It can help you even to find a solution. And this kind of leads me on to my next point. If you realise what the trigger is for your the stress that you're having, you can try and work backwards to help change it. Now, this obviously seems a lot easier said than done, but if you stop and think about what is actually causing your stress, can you change your situation? Is there anything you can change about the stressful situation that you're in? Now, I know when I was a lot worse, I used to kind of juggle so much on my plate that I didn't need to be juggling. I used to be joining clubs and kind of arranging myself with loads and loads of commitments that I really didn't need to do. And I think a lot of people do this because when you have perfectionist traits, and it's very common in people with eating disorders to have perfectionist traits, they can kind of juggle themselves with so much at once, when, you know, kind of that yes attitude. And to be honest, I find it hard to say no. I know a lot of people find it difficult to say no, but it's something that, it's a new habit, and it's something that people have to learn, and people have to be accustomed to kind of eliminate that part of stress in their lives. You know, just think about it clearly. Is the things that are making you stressed, are some of them actually essential in your life? Do you really need to be doing some of the things that you're doing right now? And if not, then get rid of them, because they're not doing you any favours, they're not doing you any good in your life. Okay, as I say, learn to say no. It's so difficult, I know. It's hard, because when I always used to feel like I was letting people down if I was saying no. But to be honest, it's going to create a worse situation for yourself if you say yes and juggle too much, and then you'll fall at the first hurdle. It's better to try and work out what you can have in your life and what you can't have, what you can handle, what you can't, and you just need to get rid of the things that you can't handle. And to be honest, we're not all like magicians, we're not amazing, you know, no one's perfect. We can't all get however many A stars in our exams whilst juggling a job, whilst juggling family commitments and boyfriend commitments and relationship commitments and like clubs and things like that. And I'm talking in the perspective of the student here, but it's exactly the same if you're working, things like that, studying for a degree while you're working, while you've got, you know, this, that and that going on. It's not, you know, it's not healthy, and we're human at the end of the day, and, you know, there's a limit, you know, that some of us can take. So if you can in any way just find a way to eliminate some of that stress, then, you know, go for it. Another thing that I thought of was to focus on the positives. I know that's difficult, because sometimes when you're stressed you think that there's nothing good going on in your life. Some ways you can do this is by making a list of things that are positive. You know, I have a great life, you know, I've got great family, I've got great friends, I have a roof over my head, I live in an amazing city, I live in an amazing town. you know, I do this and that, I have an education, I have a job, you know, I do this. I think it can put things into perspective about how you see your life. It doesn't work for everybody, and I'm not saying that everybody should go out and do it, but it is a good thing to do. The other things, taking time out, taking necessary time out for you. And again, this is easier said than done, because you know it's so difficult, but you need to set aside some time in the day for yourself. Now, the main things that people suggest to you when you are feeling stressed physically are to pamper yourself, to eat well. And I know obviously that's not, you know, that's not easy for eating disorder sufferers, but if anybody is watching this who are not eating disorder sufferers, then maybe you can incorporate your diet slightly to kind of fit with a healthy lifestyle, healthy diet kind of thing. Taking vitamins, drinking enough water, that is a huge one as well. I used to drink, like, a lot of caffeine can really affect stress, and caffeine is found in a lot of fizzy drinks and things like that. So if you drink a lot of fizzy drinks, maybe you want to cut down on that and maybe start drinking more water, things like that. Also sleep is so important, like really important. It's essential to get at least 8-9 hours of sleep per night, and if you're only surviving on like 4 or 5 hours, then you're really depriving your body of brain cells. Really, it's so important. It's, you know, if you don't get enough sleep, then you're not going to function properly during the day, your brain's not going to be working properly, and that's going to lead to low performance, and that's going to lead to higher stress levels if you've got low performance. So it's really important that you look after yourself and get that I'm talking so fast now, that important you know, amount of sleep per night. And there are other ways to pamper yourself as well. There's so much you can do. Just take time out for yourself. At the end of the day, you know, you can't learn, I mean, a lot of people who take on a lot in their lives always put other people before themselves, and that's great, you know. I did that all the time. I was putting people before myself, but there's a famous quote which famously says, you cannot care for others unless you have learned to care for yourself. And I think that is so important. Sometimes in life you have to be selfish, and you have to realise what's best for you. You know, you're the person making the decisions at the end of the day. You can't completely control somebody's life. They're in control of their life, and you know, you can't do everything for them. You need to take some time out for yourself, and be a little bit selfish, you know, and don't be ashamed of being selfish. I don't really like the word selfish, I've got to be honest with you, but you know, it's a good thing. Things like reading a book. Reading a book's probably like my favourite pastime. I totally agree with Ariel on this. Painting your nails, calling an old friend's a really good one, especially if you haven't spoken to them in a really long time. Sometimes gardening. I don't know if anyone likes gardening and things like that. I love the ideas that Felicia came up with on Monday about very creative and expressive ideas. So if you haven't seen Felicia's video, I'd really urge you to go and check that out, because she comes up with a lot of kind of creative ideas. And at this point, I'd urge you to then go check out her video, because they're very creative, and they're very kind of therapeutic, like candles and things like that. So yeah, I think I'm done. I really want to thank you guys. I'm really nervous, and I'm sorry if this has been a really bad video, and I will get better, I promise. I am pretty nervous about doing videos for this channel. You girls are so great, and I don't want to kind of let the team down or anything, but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this week's video, and I shall see you next Friday for the next video. Okay, bye.